Hi, my name is Abigail Mead. Other people call me Abby. A few things I'm interested in. I like music, baking, reading, and I'm a huge Marvel geek. I'm looking to pursue a career in nursing, specifically an obstetrics nurse. I joined the Biomedical Academy my freshman year in hopes that I can see if I really wanted to be in the medical field. And I stayed in it because I really enjoyed the hands-on experience it gave me, and I enjoyed the material we were learning. So I've learned so much about the human body, and I feel like I've grown as a person throughout the experiences that I've had in the past 4 years. I think that in order to be recognized as proficient as a collaborator, you need to be able to understand and analyze all options and ideas within a group of people in order to achieve a goal. This includes knowing your own strengths and weaknesses and communicating that with your group, where you each will have a role to play in achieving your success. You each need to be comfortable reaching out to others when you need help or have concerns, where everybody will try and resolve any issues in order to accomplish that same goal. I'm naturally a shy person, so I don't always feel comfortable speaking to people I don't know, which means I used to have issues with being a collaborator within a group. At least internally, I would feel really nervous and anxious. But throughout the few years that I've had to work within a group, I learned how to feel more comfortable reaching out to those I'm not familiar with, because we each had the same goal and I had more experience with pushing that social limit that I once created for myself. So one of the experiences I've had with the growth of this GSP was doing a research design with a group where we had to create a question that we wanted answered with medical equipment to get our reliable results. So we ended up picking horror versus like heart rate effect. So the first step we had to do was brainstorming research questions that we were generally interested in. That included putting out a lot of ideas, and some of them, they unfortunately had to be rejected. We ended up needing to rewrite our proposal like 3 times because the ideas that we had planned, other people had already chosen that, or we had to choose a different medical device because too many people were choosing the spirometer. So once we thought of a question, we all had to plan on how we were going to test this question. So that meant bringing in the people that we were going to do it on, and the data we would be required to gather in order to make our results more accurate. So when we got our research proposal approved, our next goal was to figure out who was responsible for which part of the experiment. This is where we had to think of all of our strengths and put them together so that it can be a smoother process. When we had come up upon issues during our research, we all came together to think of ways that we could fix the situation and still gather our data by the time frame. During our experiment, we did have a few issues that made it that much more difficult. This involved the computer software, because it wasn't saving our data, and we unfortunately lost some of the data for 2 of our test subjects. And then finding times to run the experiment that worked around other schedules, learning how to interpret all of our data when we needed to change the data collection throughout our process, and needing to find new people to test when we needed to find more people for our requirements. When we figured out that the data we had lost from the 2 of our subjects was gone, we all talked to different teachers in hopes that they could retrieve our data. When that was unsuccessful, we still couldn't find a way to save the data automatically, so I had to go to a website for the equipment and ask someone how we would get our data manually. I was the one who was in charge of recording the numbers and turning them into the graphs, because out of the 3 of us, I was really the only one that was good at math and interpreting numbers. So we had to collaborate with different types of people, and some of them none of us were familiar with, especially because it made it really awkward because we had to blindfold them. And but we were able to get the data we needed within the time frame, and were able to answer our research question with reliable data. And I will show you the lab report that we have. So it's a lot of words and explaining, and then the graphs. A current example of me being a collaborator was joining a group of students during this time of distance learning, where we were each helping each other with our statistics class. We were all trying to get familiar with this new form of learning and going to each other when we were confused about something that was not answered by our teacher. Biomed really helped me with putting myself out there to other people, even people that I'm not familiar with, I've never talked to at all. And it helped me not really being afraid to reach out to other people or get judged that my opinion wouldn't be valuable. So many of these people I also met through Biomed, which made it easier to talk to them because I've already spoken in front of them and felt comfortable doing so. Through the 4 years of being required to converse with other people, even when I didn't know them well, I was able to gain the mindset that I have information and perspectives that others might not have, and vice versa. So with this new mindset, I'm more comfortable in going up to people I don't know and asking them about something while giving them information that they're confused on, therefore helping both of us. I specifically plan on growing more in the collaborator area, especially for school, by being more accepting of ideas that are foreign to me, while putting more of my ideas for a group to think about. I'll push myself to work with people I haven't before in hopes of building more trust with others, while learning to strengthen all of our weaknesses together. I'm planning on taking jobs that will help me pursue the career I wish to have in the future regarding medicine, even if it's something I may not be comfortable with in the beginning. I'm going straight into vocational school once I graduate high school in hopes of getting a job in a hospital as quickly as I can. So I should be getting my certificate before I'm 25. And as of right now, my main goal is just to get the education that I need in order to get the job I've been dreaming about for a long time, while figuring out how to survive in this difficult world with the help and support of those around me while I do the same for other people.